State senator has been killed tonight in a crash that has shut down I-25. Senator Faith Winter from Broomfield died in a crash that involved several vehicles and injured 3 other people. The interstate's currently closed northbound in Centennial right now with a short detour for drivers. Senator Winter was wrapping up her final year in office due to term limits, 12 years at the Capitol. She was part of the Democratic majority there and a progressive legislator. Governor Jared Polis just released a statement a few minutes ago saying, quote, "Our state is shaken by the loss of Senator Faith Winter, and I send my deepest condolences to her children, loved ones, friends, and colleagues across our state." The governor continued writing, "Faith was a fierce advocate for hardworking Coloradans, women, and families, and our climate." Faith Winter had worked on not only environmental issues, but transportation issues and women's issues in her 10 years plus at the Capitol. The crash tonight happened in the northbound lanes of I-25 near Dry Creek. It happened just before 6:30 tonight. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office says 5 cars were involved in the wreck. They have not talked about what caused the crash. We know that in addition to the one person who was killed, Senator Winter, that there were 3 other people injured in that crash. We are continuing to hear from a number of Senator Winter's colleagues in the state legislature. She was a prominent voice at the state legislature in progressive politics for more than a decade, and we'll continue to bring you their thoughts as well as information about what happened on I-25 tonight as we get it. In terms of the impact on the interstate and travel on a busy travel night, there's a short detour for drivers who are headed northbound on I-25 in Centennial. They're being directed off at Dry Creek and then being directed right back onto the interstate northbound on an on-ramp there. The cleanup and investigation has been going on for more than 3 hours. We'll continue to keep you updated through this broadcast and on 9news.com.
We're tracking some changes in the forecast just in time for the holiday and the first weekend, really after the holiday, signaling a major shift with cold and snow coming our way after kind of a spell of cool, dry and windy weather. Our temperatures today in the 40s will warm 10 degrees tomorrow. It'll be a nice holiday. The weather will cooperate with travel plans and anything you might have planned with your family. We are tracking that trough of low pressure for the weekend. I think we're going to see Denver's first snow of the season. We have rain coming in Friday night, mixing with snow overnight Friday night into Saturday, and then a second wave coming in on Sunday. So there will be travel impacts, and certainly the potential for accumulation will impact a lot of you and your outdoor activities. Tonight, the wind is the big story in the foothills. We've had some areas of blowing snow, a lot of moisture trying to make its way into Colorado on this northwest flow, but will hold off for the most part until Friday. So you have 48 hours for driving and outdoor activities before the mountain snow begins, and then that cold swings into Denver. This system will mix with an Arctic cold front that will keep temperatures below freezing all weekend long. Preliminary snow forecasts show light accumulation in Denver starting Friday, ending early Monday. It's not a lot of snow, but it would be our season's first snow after over 220 days without snow. So we're certainly due for this shift. Temperatures in the 30s will drop into the 20s by sunrise, and your 7-day forecast now includes a weather impact alert late Friday into Saturday. I'll have details on the timing and impact of this next weather shift coming up.
Kathy, thank you. A man is dead after being shot by Greeley police outside a hospital in that city today. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj reports from the Northern Colorado Medical Center.
The Weld County Sheriff's Office tells us that a Greeley police officer pulled over a vehicle in the area of 21st Avenue and 6th Street. There were 2 people inside. A woman who was driving the vehicle got out, and a man who was in the passenger seat stayed inside that car. They say the officer was aware the man had an active felony warrant for his arrest, though they did not provide any detail about what that warrant is for. They say the officer went to speak with the man, and at that point the sheriff's office says he told the man to get out of the car, but he didn't, and instead reached toward a bag on his lap. They say the man failed to comply with commands being given to him by police, and that is when the officer fired his gun. Now, police attempted to resuscitate the man, and he was taken inside the hospital where he died. We spoke to a man who was visiting a loved one when he says he heard the shots.
My heart was racing. You know, it's very upsetting to observe something like that. And Yeah, I don't know all the circumstances, the backstory, but it was, yeah, like straight down below out our window.
The man who was shot is not being identified right now. We asked the Weld County Sheriff's Office if he was in possession of a gun. They tell us they will not be providing any more information tonight. In Greeley, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
2 National Guard members are in critical condition tonight after they were shot near the White House. D.C.'s mayor describes it as a targeted attack. Investigators say the National Guard members were ambushed while they were on patrol this afternoon. The suspected gunman was also shot and is in the hospital. It's not clear who shot him. Law enforcement sources told CNN the gunman is a 29-year-old man who came to the U.S. from Afghanistan in 2021. CNN reports that he was approved for asylum during the Trump administration. President Trump is now calling for a reinvestigation of all Afghan refugees who came to the U.S. during the Biden administration. President Trump deployed the National Guard to the streets of Washington over objections in August. Trump says he will now deploy 500 more troops to D.C. There are currently nearly 2,200 Guard members there at the moment. Law enforcement agencies will often post videos of their officers at work, essentially promotional materials highlighting their duties. But when the rescue of a woman from an assisted living center in Arapahoe County was posted online, it was news to her family. And that's created a lot of questions. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch is along after speaking with the family. Janelle?
Kyle, family of the woman in the video say they believe if it wasn't shared online, they would never even know it happened. At first glance, this house looks like any other in the neighborhood.
You don't even know that it is a home care facility.
But a business lives here, All Saints Home Care. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office posted this video from the house last week. Deputies say a woman walked out onto the roof and slipped.
Do you guys have another ladder somewhere?
With one look, she appears to look like another victim in a law enforcement social media post. But she was more to Cheryl.
It was my sister, no doubt about it.
Cheryl didn't want to go on camera to further protect her sister's identity. She claims her family didn't know about the incident.
No one told her husband, no one told anybody.
She found out with the rest of the internet.
And my son called me and said he was sending me a video that his wife had found online. And he sent it to me, and I could not believe what I was watching.
Cheryl says her sister has dementia, and her brother-in-law checked her into All Saints.
It was getting more and more difficult. You really couldn't leave her alone for too long anymore.
She says her sister entered All Saints care just days before this happened. Now, she's concerned for other residents.
Well, obviously they don't believe in locks, because that window sure should have been locked.
She says she also feels ACSO let her down.
Why didn't they notify us? Why didn't they find out who she was, start an investigation?
Cheryl says after the video was posted, her brother-in-law got her sister out of the home. She hopes her sister's situation gets a second look.
I mean, she was an at-risk adult on the roof of a house. Somebody's got to answer for that.
We reached out to the owner of All Saints several times today and did not hear back. We've also reached out to state regulators about possible complaints related to the business, and we're still waiting for a response. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office also told us when they post videos, they always redact the image of the person directly involved. And if anyone wants their image or a post removed, they're always willing to listen. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman is backing out of his proposal to make every new police officer in that city pass a basic fitness test. Back in May, the mayor said he would direct the police chief to develop fitness standards by the end of the year and require that for officers who joined APD at the beginning of 2026. At the time, Kaufman argued that patrol officers who are out of shape are more likely to get hurt on the job, and he claimed they're more likely to resort to using force in a confrontation. Today, Kaufman posted on social media that it was clear the proposal would not have the support to pass city council. He says he's now working on a voluntary fitness program for Aurora Police. He wants to create a policy that factors in a physical fitness award when considering promotions.